Well, it's a long time ago, back in our first cafe.
It was our first business after we returned from a 4-year journey around the world, myself and Vinny, my best mate. On that journey we tasted some beautiful chai.
Mario and I were just finding our legs in the industry.
And when we opened up our cafe, we felt we could do better than the chais that were on the market, so we started making it ourselves for our customers.
We were serving a chai and we weren't particularly happy with it, so I decided that I'm going to go home one day and make my own, and came up with a recipe at home and tested it on Mum for about a week, until the end of the week she said, "That's enough, I can't take any more, Vincent, it's good." She gave me a little secret ingredient too, actually, which I can't divulge here. And then we introduced it into the cafe without telling our customers. From there, people were just like, "This is great."
Some of our customers were cafe owners and they requested the chai to use in their cafes, so we just sort of unofficially gave them some when we made it on a Friday night over some beers.
So light bulb went on with us and put together a little price list and made up some little dealie bags of the sticky black chai.
Sort of just grew from there. We got a few customers organically that way, and then one day Vince said to me, "Oh, tomorrow I'm not coming to work, I'm going to go and see if I can drum up some more business."
And we were dealing it in big 1 kilo bags that we'd mix in the cafe after service to all hours of the night. People saw us in the back smashing up spices on a wooden stump and mixing chai till 9, 10 o'clock at night in the front of the cafe.
Yeah,
remember? People walk past, "What are you doing?"
A wooden spoon and a pot, mixing it up.
We had little stickers made up for it.
And famously I said, "Nah, don't be stupid, it'll never work." He proved me wrong.
It wasn't until Koray came later on in the piece, who was a customer of ours. That's around about the time when Prana Chai was born.
I think it was nothing that was planned. I was a customer of Mario and Vincent at their coffee shop in St Kilda on Inkerman Street, Inker 7. Basically, I was going there every day, having the same thing, the same coffee, eggs and pancetta. And we became friends, and naturally it evolved into asking questions, "Oh, what do you do, this, that and the other." My background was in marketing and a little bit of business, and I learned about what they were doing via Vincent, by joining him on a delivery run, and everyone loved it. And at the end of the day I was happy to be there, and the boys said, "Well, if you want to join, you can join. We are going to run the coffee shop. You can do the other stuff while we are working, and then we can join our forces."
When I started in your kitchen, I was washing dishes, all of them at the same time. How was that?
It's one of those stories, you go into a coffee shop, you met a girl, in my case Mario and Vincent, and then we married, and that's it. I mean, I was in a different spot at that time, like mentally as well, and their friendship meant a lot to me. They're very accepting, very positive, and we laughed together, we worked together, and that was it. That was what I was seeking at that time, basically.
And then just slowly over the years, it's sort of grown from there. It's gone from a side hustle to, semi-professional outfit.
I think I'm becoming more fun, you're becoming too serious lately.
Someone's gonna...
You need to get the...
It's the yin and yang, man!
I didn't care about the ins and outs of the business at that point in time. But then later on, as we moved along, I saw that there was light behind it. I saw the reaction from the customer side. And I said to myself, you don't need to work in a big multinational corporation. You can do this. That was a spark for me. Then I put all my energy into this.
Well, for a long time we all did everything, and in the early days our success was due to that. We'd get to the factory early in the morning and we'd all make chai.
So there's 3 of us, so a round robin competition of table tennis helps nut out. Whoever wins is basically the one who decides on what we do next.
And we'd go hell for leather until 12 o'clock, and we had to get it all done by 12 because we needed that 4 hours in the afternoon to do all the other things on the business.
I think the turning point was when the boys sold their coffee shop and decided to join me at the factory. That was the turning point, because I needed people around me and to help me navigate the waters, you know.
Koray was from a corporate background, and so he's said it many times that his life changed when he founded Prana Chai with us.
I didn't know everything, and let alone I was not from hospitality, you know, so I was limited in both capability and hospitality experience. So at that point, when the boys decided to join, it was like everything was smoother.
There's so much information now. Like, remember when we started, we didn't have YouTube or anything like that to learn more about coffee. It was a hands-on experience and learning face to face.
When we first started, we were making 4 or 5 coffees in 1 jug of milk. You know, that's what those days were.
Yeah.
It was very, very different back then.
Even if the times were not good, we found a way, and that kept us together.
Over the years, it's sort of, we've tried to departmentalise and stuff. Are you interrupting?
I didn't know.
Don't worry, mate.
You want some lunch? We're going to all go order.
Spicy chicken bowl, extra chicken.
Even if we had shit time, I don't know, can I say that?
And over here I'll just show you the Great Wall of Pallets. This was built in 1965. Still stands today as one of the great construction models of our time.
Sweating.
It is very much why we exist for, you know, to keep the customer happy by offering 2 things. You know, you can offer 2 things. You can offer a good product, I mean a product, and a service. And that product must be good, because one of the turning points in our journey was that we decided to do only 1 product. So it had to be good.
Far and beyond the most important thing to us.
And service, which means if they want to call you, if they are not happy about something, you should be approachable, and you should honestly, genuinely try to solve their problem. And that's what we focused on, and it is really important. That how do we keep our customers happy? Basically applying these 2 rules. Good product, good service, be genuine, honest.
We're out at cafes, we're on the road. We don't just send stuff from a 3PL or, you know, wherever we can, we get in the car and we drive. If someone wants something on a weekend, one of us live in all different parts of Melbourne, and we can, you know, can we get something to them? We will try our hardest, because that's what separates you from being good and being great, I think.
It's everything, you know, product and service. I mean, we used to say that to each other when we had the cafes.
Just loose tea that we get from Sri Lanka, only the best tea that we can source.
Product and service, you know, you can, or we believe anyway, that you can market to a whole audience and get people to try the product that have never heard of it, never tried it before, and that's great. But once they're trying the product and using it, well, they're not going to stick around if the product and the service isn't up to standard.
We try and keep we like our teas to have a really good moisture content.
That's it, and they understand it. It's seen through. That aspect of honesty is seen.
This is some of our spices here, cloves and ginger. I guess the biggest highlight is moving into our own production facility after 12 or so years, just to do what we do well and do it well every day and have a good time.
This is the production room. This is one part of the production room. It has 2 parts, and this is where the blend is, done. It's a mixing room.
When you see, you know, when you sort of look here and you see everything everything stacked properly and in line and everything in its place. Vin is always, you know, says that I crap on too much about the factory and how it's operating, but I really believe, I've said it a million times, that when the factory is in order and the factory is running well, the whole company is running well.
And that exporting thing happened later on, and it started to become successful, and it made me proud, to be honest.
It's a great feeling. It's a bit surreal sometimes too. Like even like friends travelling.
Yeah.
They'll be somewhere, you know, in the world, like, send a photo, guess, look what I've just seen on the shelf.
Sending you photos of the product.
Yeah, like where's that? Where's that?
Yeah.
Oh, fantastic.
The last one I got was
on one of the Greek islands.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Julian is like, what the hell is going on? He was just in a
Is that your mate
hotel,
Julian?
yeah, and saw it on the shelf. So, how the hell did that get here?
Yeah, exactly.
One day I remember a couple of years ago I was doing a market research in Europe, in a small town in Europe, and on not even on a main street, off the main street in one of the side streets I saw a coffee shop, and I was walking by. I walked into the coffee shop and I saw the bag over there. Most probably the bag I basically myself filled in a couple of months back in Melbourne, you know, and that was invaluable, you know. It was very, very good.
It's just nice when people say, I love your chai, it's great.
Yeah.
I always go to a cafe and always ask for it. Like that's the best feeling for me.
We have accounts that have been buying our product on a weekly basis 11 years in a row.
I guess another thing too is just one of my things that I wanted to do is to give back to a community. So working with Mukti and being able to donate some of our revenue from the bags that we sell back to helping the tea farmers and their children and putting their kids through school. That's been a proud sort of moment for me, and I guess the other two guys as well, but that's another one that makes me feel good every day I come to work, knowing that we're doing something good and there's someone out there receiving it.
Got the white.
Oh, good. I'm glad we did the white.
It's going to be our fourth iteration of what our packaging looks like. You know, we've worked hard in trying to come up with something fun and new, part of the packaging which really represents who we are. We've got 5 flavours and each flavour represents some sort of quirky little feeling that Prana Chai invokes in someone.
So we came up with a couple of illustrations that basically define who we are, what we are to our customers. And most of the responses were, oh, it's my moment in time, in the day, you know. I use it for myself, and that became actually our main character. It's the warm hugs moment.
I think that's really iconic of Prana Chai because it's like a warm hug.
It's interpretive as well. You know, like it can mean, each image can mean different things to different people, which is good.
You know, I love the illustrations. I love the way that it's simplified a little bit. It was too congested.
We've got some merch going on. Break down the barriers between coming in, having a fast takeaway chai, to taking your time, having something that's created and done well, just as well as a coffee, but just as quick, if not quicker than a coffee. That was the barrier that we've worked hard to break down. Going to a cafe, a good cafe is all about experience, right? We're going to have a good coffee, good meal, good ambiance, the decor, it's all ticks all the boxes. What we do is we tick the box of the premium chai category.
We are sort of always trying to be a bit more professional with our work and try to continue to be the best chai company we can. My parents were in hospitality, and my dad always said, you know, if you, the old adage, if you find something you love, you'll never work a day in your life, and it's absolutely true. You know, we've worked hard, and we still do work hard, but we enjoy it.
And the celebration of all these years in a great industry which we all love. So I think it's one of the great industries that you can be a part of, because it's positive people, it's fun, it's food, it's, you know, I love it. The friendship that's come out of it.
Yeah, I think that's the most valuable thing to me, still to this day.
It's a good thing. I will go upstairs.